So Takashi Yamazaki screened randomly Godzilla -1 at Lucasfilm headquarters to Lucasfilm employees, courtesy of Dave Filoni and other people. Did a Q&A session and privately screened it. And now it's looking like, I mean, he did express he wanted to work on a Star Wars film.
Big mistake.
See, and I mean, I hear this during the Q&A. They're like, how did you make it so good? And he said, I pre-visualized every shot that I made.
I didn't make it shit.
I knew
what do we think?
What I was making.
Obviously, this adds fuel to the fire that obviously he's being courted by the likes of Kathleen Kennedy, which is a strong
slobbing his knobby.
Well, it's a strong possibility because what happens is that Kathleen Kennedy will latch on to anyone that's good, up and coming, hot director, and try to get them signed on to her film, and then that's what happens. So this, to me, says that is happening. But
not only that, Dave Filoni, as now creative director of Lucasfilm, wouldn't it be such a coup for him if he could nail the Godzilla -1 director and keep him busy for the next 3 years over a Star Wars movie that'll never get made?
Oh, God. Yeah.
And that's my problem with this. I'm sorry, guys. He's going to get wined and dined by a bunch of people in Hollywood. And I hope Mr. Yamazaki, I know you're not listening, and even if you were, you probably couldn't understand half of what I'm saying. Don't do it. No matter what they offer you, don't fucking do it. Just make Godzilla movies. Stay the fuck out of Hollywood. You're going to be the next Deborah Chow if you don't.
That's true. That is true.
Sorry, this depresses me because I've seen this coming when he said, I'd like to make a Star Wars movie.
Literally weeks later.
Yeah, but he didn't say Queen Kathy, and he didn't say he liked all the Star Wars.
That's not the point, Toad. Oh. This is exactly my point. They'll give him the dream path, and for the next 3 years, he'll be beating his head against the wall trying to deal with Kathleen Kennedy for a movie that'll never get fucking made. And in the meantime, somebody else will come in and make another Godzilla movie, and it'll all be done. It won't matter. He'll be yesterday's fucking news.
Again, the Q&A had to.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but yeah.
No, I think you're right. To be honest, I mean, I don't think this is good news at all. I don't think someone like this, no matter how good they are, can work against the Hollywood machine that is Kathleen Kennedy at this point. I don't think that that's a possibility. It just isn't. Like you're never going to do anything good with that. Like it's not like they're not going to let him get in there and do what he wants. I mean, that's not going to be a good film then, is it? You know, it was a good film with Godzilla, and it's not like Toho just let him do what he wanted. But Toho,
pretty much,
you know, Japanese people are pretty damn conservative, quite frankly. So, you know, he obviously pitched them a really good film. They liked the film idea, and they let him get on with it. But they didn't. Yeah, they didn't have nonsense quotas that they had to stick to, which dilutes the film and makes it garbage.
He wrote.
He was film. Smart. He said, "What if we took Saving Private Ryan meets Jaws and put Godzilla in the place of the shark? Boom, and you got the perfect fucking movie."
True, but he wrote the movie, he directed the movie, and he led special effects in the movie. And
yeah, he did.
He knew absolutely
the VFX.
Yeah, and he knew everything that he wanted the film to look like before he shot frame one. And that is the lesson that Disney needs to take away from Godzilla -1.
Kathleen Kennedy is going to just say, this is the Japanese Steven Spielberg. He loves Jaws. You can tell the influence Steven has had on his work. He's going to do amazing in Star Wars. Oh, trust me.
Tom, it's gonna be a band of Yakuza outside your door. Just ignore them. It'll be fine.
I just want Yamazaki to make Godzilla movies. I don't give a shit.
I agree with that.
I want his King Ghidorah. I want to see what he comes up with.
Yeah,
that'd be good, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see that. I want to see his Rodan. Okay. Like,
yeah. I mean, what's the possibility that this is them courting him? Because I'd say it's like 100%.
100%. Totally are. Because as I said, I don't know how much Kathy has to do with this, but I guarantee you Filoni's looking at this as, this is going to be one of my first things I do as creative director is give this guy a project on Star Wars. That's what he's going to look at it as.
Big thanks to Ken Ibrahim and Dave Filoni.
Yeah, see?
That is literally it.
That's what I mean.
Baloney, baby.
This would be a big deal for him to nail this guy down for his first American project being a Star Wars movie. It writes its own headlines. That's great.
Yeah.
But like you guys said, it is a journey that I don't think he realizes is going to lead to nothing but despair, because it's never going to happen. How many of these movies have ever happened without a hitch? The Last Jedi is the only one that from start to finish didn't have any extreme interference. And look how that turned out.
Anything good in it, yeah.
And every other one of the Star Wars movies did have extreme interference in them. Keep that in mind. So
Hey, Mr. T in Rocky, what do you predict?
Pain.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know. This is not a good idea. Like, I sincerely hope he does not do this, because this will just be disastrous. Awful stuff. This is textbook what they always do: grab the next up and comer, beat them into oblivion, and then they just fire them anyway.
They grabbed that China. What the heck was her name? The chick from, I don't know. She
Chloe Zhao or Deborah Chow? Which one?
Yeah. Chloe Zhao. She did the Maternals, and nobody liked it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody cared about
Kathleen Kennedy's version was Deborah Chow, but yeah, because she had her do the Obi-Wan series. Remember?
Yeah, and that sucked rocks. My God.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even visually stunning, right? Like, I mean, at least we could sit there going, it sucked ass, but at least it looked good. No, you can't even say that.
Disney not only brought in Deborah Chow because she was the hottest thing, they also pissed off China at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, the problem is Yamazaki is going to see the dollar signs they're going to promise him, and it's not the kind of, he's going to get paid more to just probably develop a Star Wars movie than the entire, probably twice the budget of Godzilla, right? So I understand the guy's going to have a hard time saying no. He wants to do this, but I hope he realizes what he's signing up for, and it's a deal with the devil.
Well, I hope he realizes that he needs to get ironclad, like everything. Or just don't take the job.
But I don't see Filoni and Kathleen letting him have that.
My biggest question is this: when am I going to get Godzuki in a film?
Well, I don't know.
Depends not on time in the Monsterverse.
It depends on if they go with Godzuki or if they go with his other kid that was in the movies.
Yeah, I like Godzuki. Anytime soon. I want a talking comedic relief. That's what I want.
Nope.
Godzuki's got wings. That's the big difference.
Well, anyway, there you go, guys. Lucasfilm's Next Victim, 100%.
Yeah.
That is
Lucasfilm's Next Victim. That's one way of putting it.
Wow, rough.
It is what it is. That is Lucasfilm's Next Victim. 100% Lucasfilm's Next Victim.